Presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis, a dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. We are live. This is the Market Update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. This show is brought to you by Astrobot Society. Follow at Astrobot Society on Twitter. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live, just in case we have a special Astrobot event. And of course, if the content works for you, please give us a thumbs up, even if I wind up with a yellow card for not sharing the screen. We are not giving up on the goal of 2,000 likes. We are just not going to do it. Okay. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to do news, right? We are going to do on-demand TA. We are going to give away 5 Astrobot Society whitelist spots to anybody who tweets out hashtag Astrobot Society. So try that. And then hot off the presses, there is a Notorious Bill Noble Astrobot. So if anybody has ever watched the movie about Notorious B.I.G., I had him design it with that in mind. So naturally, you can't possibly go anywhere. And as soon as I show you the NFT, you gotta hit the like button. You gotta, right? Show me some love, please. All right, let's welcome who's on the stream. Okay, we have Uzir from Poland is first here. Rugby Performance Labs, happy Monday to you. Okay, Crypto Stacker, Don Jackson. Right, let's go. Greetings from Italy. Italy, welcome to our friends over there. Okay, Aloha Monday, Nevada. Okay. What's up, Bill? I'm still on the Ethereum 350 bandwagon. That comes from Tyson. Hopefully, I'm right that Ethereum has to go much higher before it can go lower. Let's talk about that, okay? We have Australia up late at night, I believe. We have North Carolina is here, Nigeria. Sydney, welcome. Okay, we have Hawaii is in the house. Spin made it live. Thank you. Yes, it's a red t-shirt, but it's just dry fit, right? Because I get all pumped up on the stream. So it's more about the material than the color. Okay, Western Michigan is here. Okay. F. Bueller says, yellow card, haha. Yeah, no, you just can't get the red card, right? Okay. Somebody got their roadmap with the token metrics plan, but the live streams are also useful. Yes. We are going to be giving our customers a lot more video-based alpha after the Astrobot launch, which is why you should follow Astrobot Society. Okay. All right. Wrong again says, what's up? All right. I'm doing well. Thank you. We have Patagonia, Washington, D.C. Holland is here up late at night. Seattle. Somebody's like, can you please do Cardano? In fact, we are doing Cardano. Everyone's giving up on Cardano. I gotta, you know, I don't know. I got a little pie in my face. right, with Cardano, but that's all right. We'll talk about it. We have India is here, Wisconsin, Phoenix, London. All right. Everybody is in the house. Thailand is here along with Scottsdale, Arizona. All right. Now let's share the screen. And again, please hit the like button. I swear to God, when the Notorious Astrobot hits the screen, everybody on the stream's got to like the stream. And if you're watching at home, for goodness sakes, if you're ever going to hit the like button for anybody today or this week, please hook me up. I think you'll like it. All right. So let's talk about the news. Oh, it's almost like, I don't know if there's anybody out there that remembers like the funny strip, the comics that they used to put in newspapers, right? Like that's where Dilbert and Snoopy started. Like the crypto news almost looks like the funnies from the newspaper. So Coinbase files a petition calling for fair crypto regulation. Okay. The US is falling behind when it comes to crypto regulation when many laws are being implemented across Europe. Okay. Many of the present US laws surrounding crypto and blockchain are terribly unclear and make monetary reporting difficult. So let me get this straight. Now, of course, Coinbase is running a business, so they have to do what they have to do with the government to try to get, their business functioning well. But wait, you mean governments are trying to suppress economic freedom? The SEC would rather be unclear and fine everybody and keep everybody on the edge of the seat? Is that a surprise? No. Everyone's like, oh, there's a new SEC chairman. Everything's going to change. Right. As soon as they plug these guys into the bureaucracy, because again, these entities fund themselves by fining banks, brokerages. Now they're picking on crypto. They were picking on Zcash over the weekend, right? Zcash, a proof of work like Bitcoin clone with a privacy function, is a security. Wow, really? Okay. So again, government's behaving badly. Now, oh God, I like this. Okay. Looks bare. OpenSea turns into an NFT ghost town after volume plunges 99% in 90 days. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin with this. All right, let's start with this. When do you want to buy something? When everyone else, like Tom Brady and Madonna, are FOMOing into Bored Ape? Okay. Or when everybody is writing, oh, the bubble is bursting. Okay. There's no liquidity in NFTs. Everyone's getting liquidated. Here we go. 2021, everybody got rich in months. That's true. Okay. It was a liquidity bubble. Okay. Look at this. The Web3 bubble is going to burst now. Okay. So no Web3 bubble anymore. No more Web3. And then here we are. Unpopular opinion. We're entering an era where it's going to be extremely difficult to amass wealth in a short period of time. Okay. So we get that. The Fed's not printing money. So, no bubble. But they said there wasn't going to be any FOMO after the .com. They said there was going to be no more FOMO after, the great financial crisis. There wasn't going to be any more FOMO after FANG stock, please. Okay. Rallies and cycles occur. Okay. The crypto and NFT craze was your last chance. There's no opportunity to make money. Well, people don't realize that the opportunity to make money is value investing when stuff's down. And then this is what I like this. If you've made it, congratulations. If not, well, good luck. And I used to tell people this during the bear market because everyone's like, oh, I missed everything. And then they used to say it in the bull market. Oh, God, I missed it. You're not too early. You're not too late. There's right on time. There's always a trade. And what you want to do is when people are like, oh, NFTs are going to zero and it's over, that's when you want to remember what? Art and stocks are not correlated. Right? Art and stocks are not correlated and everyone's giving up on art all at the same time. Can't say it enough. Okay, crypto safe haven Singapore would make it tougher to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, this is all a part of governments having to say something or do something in the wake of Celsius. Okay. Is it going to stop crypto? No, it's going to create FUD, which is going to cheapen up the market so that people who are going to look forward may have an investing opportunity. And if I'm wrong and it continues to go down, okay, well, then I fed the bear. But everyone's giving up. And in my mind, the only thing that's changed is price, right? The Fed's talking tough on inflation. Well, we told you that in early August. That's why we told you to head for the beach at the end of August, which turned out to be a great call. I mean, you probably should. I should have added maybe got short and headed for the beach, but I don't think that's where the big money's going to get made. We'll see. Okay. Metaverse company appoints robot as female CEO. Okay. The world's first chief executive officer who is a humanoid, which means electrical impulses and digital codes flow in her veins instead of blood. Interesting, right? The robots are taking over. Now, art and stocks are not correlated. Okay, everybody put your finger on the like button. This is the Notorious Astrobot. Okay. So if anybody remembers the Notorious B.I.G. movie, obviously this is the type of radio you would have played Notorious on back in the day, right? When everything was cassettes. I had one of these when I was a kid. Notorious as a young guy wore a lot of camo. And of course I had to have blue camo because blue looks good on TV, right? You got a little yellow smile there, and you have LFG. I wanted LFG and NFA, and they said, we don't have NFA. I was like, what? But they got LFG, okay? This is a Notorious Astrobot. Art and stocks are not correlated. That's all I can tell you, okay? So the like button. If you like the Notorious Astrobot, hit it. Give us some love. Follow Astrobot Society on Twitter. Okay, now the market's out of its mind today. The market's out of its mind over the weekend. Okay, so what else is new? I want to switch to one more thing. All right, there's a couple of tweets that I thought was really interesting. Okay, speaking of contrarian theory, everybody's in crypto is always talking about a Lambo. I got to read this. It comes from one of our producers. Lamborghini sold tractors before sports cars. Okay. The guy who ran Lamborghini complained about his Ferrari to the person who was in charge of Ferrari. Enzo said, you may be able to drive a tractor, but you'll never be able to handle a Ferrari properly. So he started making his own cars. You know, when you go from tractors to Lambos, that is a contrarian move, especially when somebody's telling you it's over. So when they're like, it's over, you'll never make money, it's not going to happen, Web3 is dead, the ETH merge is over, Bitcoin's going to zero. Okay, bro. Okay. All right, a little lesson in technical analysis. Yes, Bitcoin is rejecting the 200-week moving average for the first time ever. Okay, so is this a good technical analysis development? No, of course it's not. It's not. Okay, could this be super bearish for Bitcoin? Yeah. Okay, there might be a final puke into Labor Day, which we talked about. Now, it's also a lesson for everybody who's like, oh, I'm going to automatically buy on the 200-week moving average because that's never not worked. Okay, well, let me just help you out with this. When everybody on the entire planet is looking at the same thing, it never works, particularly if it's a trend line or a moving average, especially in crypto. So am I surprised people are getting chopped up around this moving average or that it's just flat out not that useful anymore? No, because everyone's talking about it. Right now, everyone's like, oh my God, it's not working. I was like, all right, okay. All right, some Avalanche news. So somebody is like too long didn't read. What is the news about Avalanche? Well, Apparently, Avalanche paid 1% of their tokens to a law firm, or 1% of stock and tokens to a law firm, to sue their competitors so they can get access to their internal stuff and use it to their own advantage. So apparently, I guess Avalanche is accusing other people of stealing their technology, and they're going to sue them to pop the hood to prove that they're not stealing their technology. You know, people in crypto are unbelievable. You ever wonder why the SEC comes down on us? This is why, right? I don't even know if this is true, but, you know, Avalanche obviously got hammered over the weekend, right? Okay. MtGox is not distributing any coins this week or next week or the week after that. Okay. I'm a MtGox creditor. The repayment system is not live. Okay. Next step, go back and block somebody for spreading the misinformation. So again, what happens at the bottom, right? What happens after the market's gone down? FUD is just everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay, let's go to the charts. This is the 8-hour chart of ETH, right? Now, on the 8-hour chart of ETH, I have an outside the box trend line that gave us a temporary bottom around 1400. And again, who is selling ETH? I mean, I look at my phone because I know they do these weekend tops and bottoms. You know, it's almost like crypto should have like the opposite work week. We should be off Monday through Friday and just trade Saturday and Sunday. Seriously. Because every bottom is on a weekend. Every top is on a weekend. You know, I don't know. Okay. So somebody over the weekend was selling ETH at 1420. They were heaving ETH onto the 2017 high. Like, there was a time where I would have said, you know, you're going to get to buy ETH again at the 2017 high. And everyone would be like, oh my God, that would be, I would sell my house. Remember this during the bull market? Oh my God, if it ever goes back down, I'm selling my house. Okay, well, it's at 1420. And now everyone's only not selling their house. They're not buying NFTs. They're not doing anything. Web3 is dead. You'll never make money again. Please. All right. So let's talk about how this is going to play out. So this is an ABC correction. So as promised last week, I'm going to try to like draw more stuff on the chart. So I show you the chart and then I draw the stuff on the chart to try to make it more interesting because people seem to like this. So A, B, C. Okay. It's kind of classic. All right. Now you have a lot of divergence here, right? So you had a lower low in price. Okay. So price made a lower low, but the momentum indicator, like the 13-day RSI, made a higher low. So if you're wondering why ETH is up 8% today, that's why. Because these things can be super bullish. Right? It's pretty simple. Now, the 62% retracement of the whole move up in ETH is at 1324. Okay. And if we do kind of our hidden pivot analysis, okay, so I'm going to switch to an 89-minute chart. Okay. So this chart, you know, we're getting what we call granular. So this chart helps give us support and resistance. So up 7%, a nice short squeeze off the divergences. I would say resistance will probably be at 1545. So all the people who said it was going to zero will see the rally today. They'll say everything is okay, and it might not be, right? And if you were interested in the Astrobot mint, theoretically, not investment advice, if they actually took it down over Labor Day weekend, right? Remember, don't go long into a long weekend. Who knows, right? If they wind up taking this thing down, they're going to run into hidden pivot support and the 62% retracement level at 1350. Okay. I personally think for me, ETH assets, you know, if you got to get ETH and then move it over into your wallet to potentially theoretically buy some art that everyone's given up on, just saying, it would be amazing if you missed 1420, But somewhere between here and 1350, you actually got an opportunity to get involved. Okay, for what I think is going to be kind of an epic September, because again, everybody seems to want to give up. Now, of course, if this is the bottom and it never goes back down there, I will not complain. What I do know is ETH is a lot cheaper than it was 2 months ago. And everybody says they missed the merge trade. I missed it. I'll never get to buy ETH again. Here's ETH down here, and everybody blew it off. And if they panic and freak out again, then I say be down there. Okay, Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's just talk about this. So this bear flag is everywhere. This bear flag could have very bearish implications. Why? Well, because flags fly at half mast. What does that mean? Well, here's the flagpole. Here's the flag, right? Okay. And then, you know, they say, okay, this is the flagpole. And then you project that distance down, and that brings you to 9K. So, yeah, I've talked about Bitcoin 10K before, right? And I guess that would have to be some sort of Celsius Voyager repeat debacle. Now, it's also possible that, you know, this is just like a simple rising wedge, and you measure the target, the distance of the wedge from the point of the breakdown, right? That's where that blue line came from. So let me just draw that again. So you take, like, say, the distance of the range, the width of the range, and you measure that down from the point of the breakdown. So I have 18,500. Okay, I have 19.1. Okay, I can do hidden pivot analysis that shows 18 something. I mean, Bitcoin has been in a tight range. I mean, I can't remember ever doing so much minutia. That's what it feels like. It's like, oh God, it's going to break above 22 and a half. Oh no, it's breaking below 20. I mean, 5% either way in Bitcoin. That's like, who cares? Okay, who cares? I mean, Bitcoin is at 20K and no one likes it. Everybody thinks it's going to 10K. I think the only way Bitcoin's ever going to go to 10K is if it goes to 35K first. That's just me. Okay. So let's take a look at other items. Okay. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to go through token metrics, right? So we are always telling you, hey, check out token metrics, check us out. You know, what's the value proposition for us? Well, let's talk about that. Okay. So these are the quant support and resistance levels. These are generated automatically by our system. Okay. Maybe we can do a walkthrough as to how you do that on the system. People seem to like that last week. So here's Ethereum. And actually, let's start Ethereum from the beginning so I can show you how it works. Okay, so we'll clear it with Doge. I looked at Doge. I couldn't find anything interesting. Okay, so let's go back to ETH. Now, as I go through, as we wait for the computer to load, you have to ask yourself.
No sharing screen.
Oh, no. It didn't share? Oh, man, come on. I hit the button. All right. Are you seeing it now? I hope so. Okay. Everybody was talking about, oh, you know, 14. No one's talking about ETH at 1400. Why is no one talking about that? Okay, so I hit the max button when I get to this ETH chart, and it brings up this huge list of every support and resistance point that the machine can draw. And see over here, I kind of like widen out the axis, or actually I narrow the axis so I can take a look at how ETH was performing right around this level. Okay. I think the last time it was here was January of 2021. the start of the major FOMO rally, right? When everything was breaking above its all-time high and everybody was like, oh my God, crypto forever. Now we're back down here and everyone is so bearish they can't see straight. Okay. So it went all the way up. It came all the way back down. 1566 is an important level here. Okay. And I guess if it blows up, 1346 also shows up. You know, this was the site of a major wick down. So if there's a big problem, but again, somebody's going to sell you ETH at 1420 and may even do some sort of stupid wick below that. Because you got to remember, everybody goes on vacation the second week in August, especially on the East Coast with all the fund managers. So if there was ever going to be an idiotic wick to the downside, you are probably going to see it in the next 6 to 7 days. That's what I would say. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is annoying. We've talked about this. Bitcoin has been between 19 and 24. Okay, everybody was bullish up here and everyone's bearish down here. I guess if Bitcoin breaks 19 and there's some sort of reason why there's a liquidation event, 15 is possible. 15.8. That's what the quant level says. Now, I think if they gave you 15.8 headed into Labor Day, I would just be like, oh my God. It makes it. Can you imagine how bearish people would be? People would be losing their mind if Bitcoin actually made a new low headed into Labor Day weekend. Now, I don't know why it would go below 19,000, but, I'm just drawing the levels anyway, right? Patience has paid off, right? I mean, you can buy ETH and ETH-based assets at a 1,400 handle, right? Or even lower than that. When ETH was at 2,000 a while back, I think you're winning. Okay, Avalanche doing strange things. Okay, it's breaking support at 1857. All right, and the next support below that is 1435. So, it's really interesting that somehow Avalanche would release a bearish Avalanche event right before the ETH merge. It's like, guys, you guys were supposed to be the ETH killers, and now you're killing your own token before the merge. I mean, I can't even believe that makes any sense. But everybody is selling Avalanche around 18, and I don't know. I think I would question that. I was like, really? You're gonna just like destroy the token on that news? I don't know about that. I mean, yes, it can go to 14 if they waste the market, but really? This is what you're going to sell Avalanche on? We had guys and analysts at Token Metrics who would go on and on and on about all the different things that Avalanche could do. Okay, Solana pushed out of a moving car all the way down to support at 29.77. Okay, so will 29.77 hold? I hope so. If it doesn't, there's nobody home until 18, which gives us this idea that it's not necessarily over, but you have to be careful of the capitulation wick down over Labor Day. Now, again, the crystal ball has its limits. Okay, I'm just saying if you got one more bearish event, that's what it feels like the bearish event would be. Because people will, they sold over the weekend. They'll buy back in today. I really hope they make money. But if they get stopped out, all I know is if there's a major low in September for NFTs, ETH-based assets, ETH itself, right? Everybody will get wiped out. They'll stop everybody out before they do the move. Right? And just as a reminder, going back to the Fed, you guys can watch the last 5 videos. I've been saying this the entire month of August. The Fed was going to talk tough against inflation. They're behind the curve. So the same guys that told you inflation was transitory are now saying they're going to hike rates to 5% to stop it. Okay. And everybody's fighting on Twitter. Are they going to do another 100 basis points? Are they going to do another 150? Who cares? Right? He's going to do a big rate hike in September. He might do smaller rate hikes later. Who cares? Okay, we're closer to the end of the cycle than we were at the beginning. Crypto topped way before the Fed started tightening. Crypto, in my opinion, could bottom way before the end of the tightening because it's a forward-looking market. Now, that's not investment advice, and I could get smoked because there is the famous saying in markets, don't fight the Fed. Okay, so if Jerome's all pumped up, don't get in his way. But it's like, all right, well, let them talk tough, right? I mean, Morgan Stanley reported over the weekend and sort of summarizing that they're starting to see stress in certain parts of the junk bond market connected to consumers. In other words, how high can they jam people's credit card interest rates, right? No one's selling their house in this environment. Nobody. I mean, yeah, housing prices need to go down, but, the Fed is just going to keep hiking rates until, I don't know, the economy blows up. They've told you that. They talked all tough. They don't realize that when they talk all tough, it means, oh, okay, look forward. Wow, they're going to talk tough now. So they're going to blow up the economy. Just like when they were telling you it was transitory, you knew that was horse. Right? Oh, it's transitory. You're at the grocery store like, oh, this is transitory? Oh, yeah. Okay, buddy. It's on my Visa card. It ain't transitory. The same people who told you that are saying we're going to tighten and blow and just we're never going to stop tightening. Okay. What did they say? Okay, bro. Okay. Cardano. Oh, God. Okay. So they tried to break it out. They couldn't. Cardano is now back at quant support at 44 cents. I really hope this holds. I really hope Cardano is just zooming around in a range. I really look, I know that there's all kinds of things you can say about Cardano, right? You can say YouTubers like it. You can say Solana executed and they didn't. I don't know. I kind of hope Cardano makes it only because Cardano's been here since 2017. I actually hope they make it. Right. I like to see stuff that's been around for a while make it, like Cosmos, like CryptoPunks, right? Because it's a good example of how everybody thinks that, nothing ever works and Cardano went up and I missed it. Okay, so maybe Cardano doesn't go back to $3 tomorrow. But I would also think that 3 years from now, you may be kicking yourself that, oh, yeah, it was at 40 cents. I wouldn't touch it. ETH was at 1,400. Ugh, I don't want that. It's called revulsion, right? Revulsion is required to create a major bottom or an opportunity for a major rally. Because again, even if it is a bear market, you can have spectacular bear market rallies. I mean, spectacular. All you need is 1 weak economic data point in September. One indication that the tightening cycle is wrecking people. I mean, we all know it. It's happening. It's in subtle parts of the data, but again, we'll wait and see. Okay, Zcash. Okay, SEC giving me nightmares, telling me Zcash is a security. I'm like frantically scrambling on my phone, checking to make sure it didn't go to zero. Matter of fact, didn't do anything. Supported 61.91 on token metrics is holding. And I'm just going to continue to say what I've said. There's 51.50, there's 35 down here as support, and there's, I don't know, 7 cents. So no one's doing a transaction in the metaverse with people being able to look in your wallet. There's secret network. Privacy is not for pirates. It's not. Okay. The SEC can pick on it. If the SEC is picking on it, it makes me like it more. Not investment advice, not regulatory advice. Okay. Rave Song Records says, please hit the Notorious like button. Come on, people. You got to do it today. I'm serious. I mean, either I have to be like totally psychic and I have to be on the air when something prints the absolute low or the absolute high, which I'm trying to do, or you got to get the Notorious Astrobot and hit the like button. I mean, seriously. Switzerland is here. Okay. Tybor says Litecoin is the Bitcoin clone with the privacy function. Okay. I was a big Litecoin fan in 2021 when everyone was hating on it. Litecoin does have a privacy function. Again, how are merchants going to get people interested in shopping during Christmas? How are they going to do that? Right? The lower part of the spectrum, economic spectrum, is wrecked by gas prices and food. So what's the attraction to buy Christmas presents? Now, I know I said this the last 2 years. So I can't pound the table on it, but you know, somebody has got to bring crypto in. Okay. All right. James Proctor says art and stocks do not correlate. This is true. However, are NFTs art or a fad? Art has been around since the dawn of man. I do think high quality NFTs can be a good investment, like Astrobot Society. Well, sir, I appreciate you saying that, right? I can't necessarily say that because it sounds like either investment advice or I don't have credibility and I'm talking my own book, okay, or our own book rather, right? Actually, I guess it's my book now that they're gonna airdrop me the Notorious one. But here's the deal, folks. Here's the deal. If you got to think long term, and everyone's given up on an asset class, everybody gave up on housing. Maybe this is a good example. Everyone gave up on Amazon in 2002. Nobody was talking about Facebook in 2010 or Amazon again. And everybody gave up on ETH. They said there was no killer application. But the most interesting one was housing in 2008. Housing. Everyone was like, oh, housing, can't touch it. Oh, real estate, oh, forget about it. Can't touch it. Then what happened like 10 years later? 10 years later, like, you know, $200,000 houses in Austin, Texas were trading for 1.2 million. 10 years later. Like nobody can afford to buy a house. And now it's like it's gone to the absurd point where millennials who bought a house, who settled for half the house at twice the price, regret what they bought. But again, when everyone says it's over, is it? Is it? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Is it over? Okay. Okay. Somebody is reminding that I got a yellow card. Okay. Whoops. So it's almost like the yellow card may have to actually be like a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have to either hold up the yellow card or there may have to be like an Astrobot holding up a yellow card. Who knows? Okay. Okay. Somebody said, what more of a rally do you need? ETH went from 900 to 1700. Okay. So this is also a good point. And on this show, we keep things even Steven. So a lot of people are saying the merge rally was the rally from 800 to 2000. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. As one guy I follow on Twitter said, thanks for contributing to my tequila fund. See ya. Very possible. Very possible. Okay. I still think crypto is a forward-looking market. Now, if they already did the trade, but selling in mid-August, buying early August, selling mid-August, and then coming back after Labor Day, I'm going to make the market blow me out of that idea, right? I'm sticking with it. You know, Bill, if Polkadot dies, is it over for crypto? Okay, so let's take a look at Polkadot. If Polkadot dies, is it over for crypto? So here's Polkadot. Let's go to the daily chart. All right, so this is a good question. You know, if no one's interested in Polkadot at 680 or 717, is it over? Okay. So let's just label this chart. We're actually going to do this kind of differently. So here it's over. It's over at 7. And at 50, it's going to the moon. Do you need to be a professional technical analyst? Seriously think about Polkadot on a weekly chart right? It's making new lows. Everyone says it's over. And Polkadot moonshotted twice. I mean, look where Polkadot is. Right? Polkadot is back to where it was. It's close to the top of the range from where it was when it came out. Everyone's already given up on Polkadot. Why is everybody giving up on interoperability? Are we saying Polkadot is not going to be able to connect various blockchains? That Cosmos and this whole idea of layer 0 and interconnectivity is interoperability is not going to happen? Is that what we're saying? Don't you remember everyone's talking about the multi-chain future? Price changes and thinking goes out the window. Now, which is understandable, right? I mean, it's hard to say, oh, gee, let's do some critical thinking or some linear algebra after somebody punches you in the face. Because that's what happens in crypto. Something happens and you feel like you got punched in the face and you don't want to play anymore. You don't want to play anymore. I got to find this tweet. There's a part of me, I retweeted it. I have to pull this up before we go back to TA. I mean, I don't even know if this is even real, but I have seen this stuff before. Okay. Curse word, I'm out. I listened to somebody and I've been longing dips from the top. I have no collateral left and I got liquidated. I'm done with crypto for good. I'm never depositing just another $1,000 in this Ponzi again. Now, naturally, that's really unfortunate that this person lost money. Obviously, we don't want to laugh at anybody who lost money. But I've seen this. This is what happened in 2019. This is what happened in 2018, right? Everybody got liquidated when Bitcoin went from 6 to 3. They never came back. And they woke up 6 months later and Bitcoin went from 3 to 14. I said to my boss at the time, Bitcoin's going to 14. He's like, you're out of your mind. Went from 3 to 14. Boom. And technically, it was still in a down market, right? Everyone is giving up. Now, again, back to the charts, just back to the ETH charts, because I kind of think it's almost all about ETH. Okay. So somebody says, I've just joined and I've missed so many gems. Dude, there's going to be other gems. It's like the tech space. Everyone's like, you know what? I missed every single thing there ever could be in technology. Guys, there's a highway where I live. I can get on this highway. It's at 85 miles an hour. You can drive down this highway at 85 miles an hour and you'll see the Tesla Gigafactory. And even at 85 miles an hour, it feels like it takes 10 minutes to drive from one end of it to the other. That's how big it is. Now, this is not an endorsement of Tesla because that stock's, got a little bit FOMO going on there, I think. But what about, everyone's like, oh, battery-powered cars. 2017, 2018, everyone's like, Elon's going out of business. Every hedge fund was trying to short the stock, like we're going to crush this guy. Tesla is going out of business. It's going to zero. Now he has a factory. There's a factory the size of a spaceship, like from Independence Day, if anybody remembers that movie. Plays on batteries, SpaceX. You haven't missed anything, right? There's a whole new future. Multi-coin capital can't invest enough in like data and infrastructure for, probably the metaverse and the next leg of crypto, right? And there's also the idea of crypto as money, that there's actually stuff out there, right? Like Bitcoin, like ETH, Litecoin, stuff people have talked about, that people are actually going to start using crypto. At Consensus, Edward Snowden said, stop the FOMO, right? Stop trying to find the next, 1000X, although we still do that anyway, but, knock it off and start using crypto. And if people start using crypto, what have you missed? Nothing, because people aren't using crypto right now, except in El Salvador. Well, what happens if there's mass revulsion in legacy and people go, I want to use crypto. Okay. Randy says final puke in Bitcoin could be in October and November. That is possible, right? If there's some big negative event in November, I'm scared of November. I'm not scared of September, but I'm scared of November. Okay, somebody's like, can you please cover Cosmos? Yes, I'd be happy to. Okay, let's do Cosmos. We want the videos to last, so I've been doing 8-hour charts. I know I was naughty and went to 89-minute on ETH. Okay. All right. Actually, we're going to go to a daily chart on Cosmos. Okay. So this is actually very familiar, right? What is this red line? Okay. The red line is the 60-day exponential moving average. And okay, so how difficult has this been? It's above it, it's below it, it's above it, it's below it, it's above it, it's below it, it's above it, it's below it. Like moon, zero, moon, zero, moon, zero, moon, zero. Like that's how it's gone. And it's all it's really doing, obviously, is this. And markets do this. This is a perfect example. Is they just wear people out. What did I say? And why did I say it? This is more important. I said go to the beach. Why? Because why get exhausted? Like, oh my God, I got to buy it. Oh my God, I got to sell it. Exhausting. Exhausting. Right? I mean, it's just watching it on my phone is exhausting. I'm like, oh my God, look at this 1,400. Jeez, can you believe this? I mean, I know I told him to go to the beach, but I didn't think it was going to 1,400. It's exhausting. Then you wake up, I was like, oh, okay, what are we going to do for the market update today? Oh my God, it's up 8%. Before I could get on camera. Don't get exhausted. Now, Cosmos, if it's hanging out on the 60-day moving average, my theory is, and this is a good example, if something in this environment over the next 6 days holds above the 60-day moving average, particularly if there's been this painful dance around it, eventually it's going to go like this. Not investment advice. In other words, everyone's like, oh, the 200-week moving average in Bitcoin, wham. Wrong moving average. Our quant department has identified the 60-day exponential moving average as something that's important. So if there is a clear breakout through that after Labor Day, my vote is to go with it. Go with it. Okay. MMC John says Bitcoin Cash is a cheap chain to use and everyone hates it. All right. So let's look at Bitcoin Cash only because everyone hates it. Seriously. Find something that everyone hates and look at. All right. So if there's an issue with this, it's that when Bitcoin Cash gets to its 60-day exponential moving average, they kill it. All right. Now, I would love to see something happen. Okay, so this is the complete history of Bitcoin Cash. Now, wouldn't it be fantastic, I think, for crypto? This was the low from March of 2020 at 130. And this is quite the battle here. So this is either dead money or it's a battle near a big chart point. Okay. Just for laughs, right? The 60-week exponential moving average in Bitcoin Cash is at 303. Just to give you an idea how far away some of these coins are from like moving averages. I mean, they call this mean reversion. Okay. Somebody wants to know if Bitcoin Cash will get to its all-time high. Okay. I think the more interesting question is, let's try some fib speed resistance fan line. So normally you find the top, which in Bitcoin Cash is unbelievable. The top is up here. Okay. So normally you would like hit this button, find the top, and then try to find the bottom, and it doesn't give you much. I think the question isn't Will Bitcoin Cash get back to its all-time high? I think the question is there a use case for crypto as money? And I thought in 2020, I thought I had it. I was on TV. I was doing all this stuff. I'm like, you know what? The future of money trade is out there. I was talking about Dash, always trying to pick the future of money. Maybe it's ApeCoin. I'm telling you, you are going to wake up one day. You're going to wake up one day and something is going to be used as money. And it may wind up being something that's unpredictable. Now, we know what I like. I can't indefinitely continue to talk about what I like. Okay. Except for the notorious Astrobot, which, if you're late in the stream or, you skipped it, please go back and hit it and hit the like button for the notorious Astrobot. Okay. So wouldn't it be funny if it was ApeCoin? That'd be kind of funny. Because if you went up to somebody and said, yeah, ApeCoin's going to be money, they might laugh at you. They probably thought that when it was at its high, but it's at 4. And if it goes to 3 or whatever, all I'm saying is somewhere out there is the future of money. Okay. Synthetics catching my eye today. Okay. These DeFi 1.0 coins are trying to fix their tokenomics. Okay. And I'm super interested to see. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in on this because I know people are probably going to ask. Wow, that looks like GAN lines. Check that out. Okay, so epic GAN line in synthetics right at 3.5. You know what? I think that all of these coins that did this flush below the 60-day moving average could be, a little dangerous word here, could be semi-historic because it could be remembered as the thing that flushed everybody out. Like this is so classic how bottoms work, right? Everybody just gets completely flushed out and then it goes up. Like synthetics is up, a lot today. This is not necessarily about synthetics itself, although I am cheering for synthetics. It would be great if DeFi 1.0 could fix itself, especially for our friends in Bayonne, New Jersey. Okay. So somebody's asking, what indicators do I use? Okay. So I used all kinds of stuff. All right. I use all kinds of stuff. Let's just do something totally different. So here's legacy. This is US 1-year interest rates. So they're probably going to start pricing in more Fed tightening, or they're trying to. So what would I draw on this? Well, how about a linear regression channel? So it's been a pretty solid uptrend in US 1-year bonds. So I guess if they lose their mind, right, it could go, there's resistance at 350. When you look at it this way, it's kind of a way of drawing the trend without having to mess with trend lines. And I guess if they lose their mind and the Fed has to go crazy, it's 4%. Now, if US 1-year rates are at 4%, then Bitcoin's probably going to be at 9K. And then what I do is I draw these things and I'm like, all right, well, if this, then that. And you have to sort of keep everything in mind, right? Celsius is being brought and mining operation is being connected to Bitcoin, according to Mokeman. Yes. So Celsius, wouldn't it be funny if a crypto lender who was attempting to bring crypto into the mainstream was the thing that sat on and kind of wrecked Bitcoin in the intermediate term? Like altcoin guys are kind of laughing that, Bitcoin is so great and so big and can be wrecked by some small lender who just mines it and dumps it. Seriously, it's bad for the reputation of Bitcoin. Okay, now another thing that I like using, I don't know, I kind of had to really study this to learn it. It's called hidden pivot analysis, right? So you have to use Fibonacci retracement stuff. You know, I'll just show it maybe. You don't want to draw it off the absolute high. So it's just like any other indicator in a way. You find a high, you find a low, you find a rally, and then you say, okay, if this downtrend continues, what's the target? Okay, well, in stocks, where everybody thinks it's going to zero, and that may happen later, but everybody just panicked off the Fed, which was old news. Yeah, you know, I mean, the stock market lives in its own little world, right? The Fed's like, the stock market's like, what? More tightening? Oh, come on, man. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like Cheech and Chong, if anybody remembers that. I swear to God, the equity market's like, what? There's a problem here? Okay, so Jerome Powell comes out and goes off. Oh, but this is the linear regression channel, by the way. So let me actually turn this off and turn it back on again. So I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but here is. Okay, I just promised you. Oh, yeah, the linear regression channel. There's the linear regression channel with the blue lines. Let me see if I can make them thicker. Right, so that's kind of complicated. All right, we'll skip that. But stocks went from one end of the linear regression channel to the other. Right? I love it. It's going to the moon. I hate it. It's going to zero. And neither one is true. Neither is true. Like, I know we have guys that design the titles and the thumbnails, and you know, they're experts, and my hat's off to them, to the gentlemen behind the scenes who make it all happen and get everybody to, you know, say, hey, let's watch that video, right? If I had to do something today, I'd call it neither nor. Is it over? No. Did I miss it? No. Is it going to 3x, 10x tomorrow? No. Does that mean that there aren't opportunities? No, there are opportunities. There are opportunities. When people go, there's no opportunities, that's the opportunity. Period. Right? Let's just have a laugh with Coinbase. So Coinbase, which at 40 was going out of business, went all the way up to 105. Now it's just sort of sitting here at 65. You know, the point is, let's go to a daily chart. Let's just see where it is. Right. So is this the best investment in the crypto space? I don't know. Not until it gets back above the 60-day exponential moving average. Okay, Tesla, while we're at it, okay, I know a lot of people kind of want to lean on Tesla. It's like wanting to kill Tesla is like it's kind of like a sport. Like everyone's like, oh, let's get Elon. It's like, all right, well, you know, everyone's talking about the bear flag in Bitcoin. I think maybe they should be more worried about the bull flag in Tesla. Seriously, like, you know, it's like, you know, this could be terrible, right? This could be a failed rally, maybe. Like if you draw the fib numbers on this, just the standard retracements. I mean, okay, so Tesla failed at the 62% retracement of its down move at 313. That's not a good sign. Okay, but there doesn't appear to be any bearish follow through yet. Now, their earnings are October 21st. Do you want to get bearish when everyone is bearish? I don't even think you want to get bullish when everyone's bullish. This is October. This is August 29th. You know, do you have to buy ETH up 7%? No. You know, no. I mean, yeah, if you want to put, you know, a certain amount of ETH in your wallet in case, you know, there's some art you want to buy. Okay, maybe. But This is not a market where chasing and dumping. You're chasing pumps and liquidating into dumps. How has that worked out? That's why I told you to go to the beach. And I think you can stay at the beach. Stay at the beach. Okay. Somebody wants me to talk about Astra DAO token. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can even pull that up. Is Astra DAO token interesting now? Okay, well, I own Astra DAO. So, I don't proactively chart it. For whatever reason, Dex Tools is not coming up for me today. Let's see if I can find it. Again, talking about Astrobots is one thing. Talking about some a token that I own on the air, I don't do it that much, but a lot of people are coming in saying, "Hey, what about?" Okay, here we go. I knew our guys back would save me. Here comes an attempt to chart Astrobot. We're waiting. Okay, here comes the chart. Let's see if I can remember to share the screen. Okay, here's Astra DAO. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? I was kind of thinking about this. It's a little outside the box. I was kind of wondering a little bit whether or not this was like, let's see. Sometimes with these things, you got to either use Gann or Elliott Wave because it's just like, it's almost like it's so new. It's like pure animal spirits, right? So let's try to eliminate like the FOMO rally. Oh, all right. So let's start here. Okay. And this to me looks like 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 waves normally like up only. 4, right? Everybody buys the dip. 5, right? Okay. So that's probably the first leg of any theoretical rally. Then, as is always the case, right, is the instrument going to hold the 62% retracement of its moonshot higher? Question is, on something like this, how do you even draw that? Okay, well, somebody wanted it at the 23% retracement of the overall move up. Okay. Again, really hard to actually draw the fib retracements on this. Like where do you draw it from? It looks like if you consider like this big candle, the start of the rally, it looks like it got the 50%. Okay. And it's a bull market if you can buy a dip and make money. And that's all I will say about Astrobot. Okay. So, these small coins, if they go up, they dip to 62% and hold, they have a good shot at going higher. What you don't want to see with small coins is you don't want to see it spike up come back down, and you don't want to see what I call the double spike. You see a double spike in a small coin, no good. No good. Habib Papa Zoe says, is this channel pro voodoo now? Dude, I'm a professional technical analyst. You know, like I do like hand-kept Gantt charts on my Twitter. So we have quant and AI, but we also have, I don't know, TA that got technical analysts famous in investment banks for being like the weird, strange guys who, I don't know, they like moon phases and Elliott wave and Gann. And, you know, everybody makes fun of technical analysts, or they used to in legacy, until something happens. And like, oh my God, someone get the chart guy. Believe me, I lived it. I lived it. Okay. All right. Somebody said this. Ryan says, thank you, Ryan. He says, this is a professional traders market, which is why I told you to go to the beach. Who makes money in markets like this? Professional traders. Who do they make money off of? Retail investors. Okay, let's sum it up. Time to start finishing up your Tom Clancy novel on the beach, right? Art and stocks are not correlated. Okay. Everyone's given up on NFTs. These are the facts. Okay. I will leave you with the facts. I will also leave you with this. You know, one thing somebody like me has always wanted, you're like, Bill, what's something that you've always wanted? Seriously. Some people want to get rich. I want to be cool. Now, cool and rich is good, but I want to be cool. Okay? So there we go. See what I'm talking about? That is what I'm talking about. So enjoy on the beach. Okay? The dip, it's either over or there's one more heave. Okay? Either way, ETH on the 2017 high, really? Or if there's some stupid wick down when everybody panics, when the money managers are at the beach, let them do what they got to do. And then we can say, okay, what's changed except price? What's changed? The Fed's going to talk tough and stop inflation. They got to do their job. Okay, we know that. We know what they're going to do. Question is, what are we going to do when crypto is forward-looking? Think forward, not backward. When everyone is negative, be positive. That's the show for today. Hit the like button on the way out. I'm your host, Bill Noble. I'll see you tomorrow.